tyranny, violence and destruction, order and control. Though at odds, order and destruction. Tyranny requires both. Elden Ring is a game about death. My death. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But death in the lands between doesn't mean what it used to. It used to be that when you died, your life force returned to the universe, fertilizing the land. Now though, death means returning to your origin, the Erdtree. But we don't return to the Erdtree when we die. Or do we? Player death in the lands between is quite a bit different than what we see when non-player entities die. When they die, their essence is dispersed into the air as runes. Those runes find their way to us, somehow, and we become stronger as a result. But when we die, a small collection of golden twigs appear in the place where we died. I didn't think anything of it when I first played the game, but after the recent DLC trailer, and this nightmare that it shows us, I started to consider that little bundle of twigs in higher regard. Maybe they're more important than we first realized. Something looks familiar about these twigs. At first I considered the phantom trees that we find around the lands between. The golden seed ones. There are also the minor Erdtrees scattered on the map. But then I beat the final boss. No, the real final boss. Why are there smaller trees inside the Erdtree? Could it be that, much like the twigs that appear when we die, the death twigs of millions of beings were used to bring life to the Erdtrees? If that's the case, could the minor Erdtrees just be new growth for an ever-expanding Erdtree? Is it possible that the Erdtree will, one day, subsume the lands between? Maybe that's the true purpose of the Golden Order. Hey, isn't there something we're forgetting here? The inside of the current Erdtree is made of smaller trees, but the other great tree, the Haligtree, is hollow inside, much like my soul. The game does say that the Haligtree is a failed Erdtree, but why did it fail? Okay, here's a mostly baseless theory. It really seems like the Erdtree that America's creating, in the newest trailer, is the Haligtree, not the Erdtree. We can clearly see that the tree under siege by Mesmer is bent over and chaotic, unlike the Erdtree that's orderly. We can even see what appears to be the broken stump of this tree while visiting Mikola's Haligtree. Oh, also, there are actually two trees here from two different ages in this one location. Mikola's Haligtree and the Haligtree. Mikola's Haligtree is just an offshoot of the original. I think the reason the first Erdtree attempt failed was threefold. 1. This tree is shown to be chaotic and disordered. Where the Erdtree is standing straight up, the Haligtree is twisted and bent over. Maybe the process used to create the two trees is different. The Haligtree being created of violence and destruction, and the Erdtree being created of order and control. Keep in mind that America needed the Golden Order on her side to have this whole Erdtree thing work out. Number 2, the Haligtree isn't built in the correct spot. I've seen a lot of conjecture that the Erdtree is built on the Crucible, the ancient wellspring of life in a previous age. Could it be that the Haligtree was just misplaced? Number 3, when the Haligtree was built, death hadn't been rewritten yet. We know that part of the Erdtree's vitality is due to the life force of everything in the lands between returning to its roots. Since death wasn't rewritten when this initial conquest was made, life wouldn't constantly make its way to the Haligtree from all over the lands between, essentially putting a cap on its lifespan. Okay, that's a lot of threads that probably won't lead anywhere until the DLC comes out, and maybe not at all, so there's definitely going to be a part 2 to this video. But I do have one last baseless theory for you. Well, it's mostly baseless. There's an island near the Haligtree that you can barely make out in the fog. It doesn't appear on any map, although it should appear on the map. It's in the correct location. And I think that, at least in part, this will be the location of the DLC. If the Haligtree really was the first attempt at the Erdtree, it kind of makes sense that the DLC would be right nearby. Anyway, stick around, part 2, sometime probably after June, once we've all had time to process whatever hellish landscape FromSoft puts together.